irony funny, not ha-ha funny. This is being brought to us by the Gateway Pundit. Teen activist who rallied to defund police and remove police from schools is shot dead in Chicago. This is written by Jim Hoft. Yeah, like, seriously? That he's like, when you're young, the youth, they're not to be listened to. I'm sorry. Not to laugh, but it's sad. This is a terrible thing, but the youth aren't to be listened to because they're all operating more off of emotion and logic particularly off of circular logic, which we've discussed on the channel before. But let's get into this. A teen activist in Chicago who rallied to defund police and remove police from schools was shot dead on Friday. Caleb Reed was found shot in the head. No suspect has been named in the shooting. That's clearly Mr. Reed right there. This is from Andrei Vasquez. Apparently somebody running for a spot in Chicago's assembly. Hey, Sue Garza, how's it going? Doing great. Caleb lived and was shot in our ward this weekend. He was a light in our community that was extinguished too soon. We need to address the root causes of #gun violence so that we stop losing our people. I ask that people help continue the work he was doing and pray for the family. Caleb Reed was a 17-year-old freedom fighter who wanted cops out of CPS. The movement just lost him to gun violence this morning. This tragedy is traumatizing and heartbreaking. We can honor him by continuing the call to end GV and get students resources for healing. Rest in peace. Police free schools. The police ain't the problem. I mean, the police, it's not particularly the police. It is the policies, laws, legislation. I mean, who's this? Mr. Vasquez, if you want to talk about the root causes, the drug war, the welfare state, these are all gigantic things that need to be addressed, but, aren't in all of these urban spaces because, the welfare state and the drug war are ways in which those who have power there, the establishment, they maintain that power and they've done nothing but, work off of that base for the past 30, 40 years. It's part of the reason why my congressman, his last name is Payne. He will forever be there. The young activist spoke out against police. This is Caleb Reed, a freedom fighter, speaking at a press conference in early June, demanding cops out of CPS. Such a beautiful soul. Rest in peace, Kelly Garcia. Press play.
Okay. What's up, everyone? My name is Caleb Reed. I'm currently a junior at Mather High School. I live in the West Ridge neighborhood. I am also a voice leader for boys.
Those are nerves. Come on, young brother. You can do it. Okay, Gateway Pundit.
Thank you to everyone for coming out to support us. As we speak, there are different crises going on right now. We are fighting to get justice for George Floyd and the brothers and sisters that lost their lives during police brutality. While also trying to survive through a pandemic that is disproportionately impacting black and brown lives, even though our country sees...
I mean, I hate to cut you off there, youngster. Rest in peace and all, but we already know where most of these talking points are. But once again, it's sad that the young man's lost his life. But bro, in this situation, the police didn't do it to you, man. Caleb Reed, a 17-year-old student activist from Mather High School in Chicago, was found shot in the head on Friday. The teen's death comes just weeks after he publicly called for the district to remove police from school districts. What are the details? Reed, described by the Chicago Sun-Times as a student leader with a youth activist group, was discovered on a sidewalk of the West Rogers Park neighborhood in the city. He had been shot in the head. Okay, so it's just a lot of redundancy, huh? The teen leader with student group Voices of Youth in Chicago Education was an advocate for removing police from Chicago schools. No suspect has been named in Reed's death at the time of this reporting. I'm proud to be a young black man. Just weeks ago, Reed spoke at a Board of Education meeting in support of removing police from the district. During the meeting, he recalled his own experience with officers in the school. During the meeting, Reed said, "My sophomore year of high school, I was arrested for attending a basketball game because I didn't have my ID. Oh yeah, yeah. Chicago is dicks about the whole ID thing, man. And I've told the story about that before, where I was in Chicago working, weirdly enough, working on that Sue Garza campaign, and they stopped me. And they're like, "Yeah, man, you need to see the ID." It is what it is, but yeah, they're kind of dicks about it. I sat in a police station for 6 hours. I knew it wasn't right at all, but inside I was angry, confused, and sadly enough, I mean, this is tragic. It really is. And though I may sound a little cavalier, I never want to make it seem as if, I'm joyful that anyone, leaves this plane of existence. It's not it's not a good thing. It's not a good feeling for anyone that knew or cared about the individual. And so, my deepest condolences. But at the same time, sir, you were at, like, instead of, and it's just like with the Mr. Vasquez thing, and it's such a frustration that I have with all of these urban spaces, is that instead of going at, like looking at these real problems, such as the laws that the police are supposed to put in the welfare state, that's kind of created this space where, people are just made for the sake of being made with no purpose. And it sucks. It really does. And the only way out of that situation is to acknowledge it and to address it. And we can't, and no, we'll never be able to save them all. But damn it, if we can't put the next ones and even the current ones on a better path and create more options and more opportunities for them, it's frustrating. It really is. I mean, here in there have been bodies dropping in Jersey all over the place, particularly in Newark, and they want to do these let's have these gun violence conversations that we've been having for the last 30 years. And it's like, dude, like, what? Like, how about we actually really, like, you're the law, particularly when it comes to like the mayors and the councils and the elected representatives, those who are supposed to be really aim for a better quality of life and protect the rights and the opportunities for their constituents. I mean, they're all just like, and it's infuriating because this will continue to happen. And so, whereas we know that the BLMs and the like and everybody else won't acknowledge that this needs to take place. Well, that's what this channel's for. That's why I'm here. That's why that's why my dad blew a load in my mom. All right, that's why I was placed here, so I could point this out and say, hey, yeah, address this. All right. So rest in peace, Caleb. I mean, seriously. Even though you were using circular logic, that doesn't mean that your life really shouldn't have been far more prosperous and in long. So guys, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day? Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? This is it's sad. It's a tragedy without question. But like I said, ironically funny. Not haha funny, but ironically, like, yeah, the police isn't the one that did this, bro. But either ways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And until the next one.